the night of July 3rd. Summer had just finished up a march at Jenny Durkin's house, and Summer messaged me and asked me how we were doing and where we were. Our group was marching away from the West Precinct after we had an incident with an off-duty officer named Molly Clark who attempted to run through our crowd. That became very public very quickly, and we had a lot of people who messaged us who were on the ground to check in and see if we were all right and to see how they could come and show support. And Summer was one of those people who had literally just finished up a march, had just finished up an action, and messaged me to say, hey, where are y'all at? I want to come out. I want to keep going. I want to fight with you guys. I want to make sure everybody's safe. If we need more bodies, be there. And I told them where we were and to come on out and join us. The minute that Summer got there, Summer was the absolute life of the party. Summer was a magnetic personality. Summer was truly just captivating. And I got the absolute honor of getting to dance with them that night. And absolutely out of everything that happened last year, that memory, just like isolate that hour itself, was the best memory of 2020. Been locked up in lockdown for however fucking long. I had danced with people in a long time, and getting to dance with Summer that night was truly one of the best experiences of my life. I spent the next 24 hours surrounded by people who loved me, who loved Summer, who were there that night, until we received the news when we were on our march the next day. I personally will never have the words to truly say how much Summer Taylor has impacted my life, how much July 4th of 2020 has impacted my life. But I just want to make sure that every single person here knows that the people that you love, make sure that they know you love them. Make sure that you say I love you to your friends and your family as often as you can. Your support systems, everyone. Make sure that you communicate to those around you so that they know at any point that you love them, and that's never gonna go away. I want to say thank you to some of the support teams that sprung up after July 4th. I'd like to give a shout out to Car Brigade for continuing to save our lives. I know that every time we hear a car came through the march, every time we hear that something like this happened literally anywhere in the world, it hits really hard to the core. And I just want to take a moment to give my love to Minneapolis, to give my love to the other cities that are still fighting, along with Seattle, and to give my love to everyone who is still out here doing this work, because this is the most important thing we can do, to keep each other safe, to tell each other that we love each other, and to keep pushing to do what we know is right in a world that continuously tells us that we are doing the wrong thing. Summer, who used they, them pronouns, was born and raised in Seattle. They were known as a pastorous individual who was committed to racial justice, equity, LGBTQIA+, and human rights for all. As a lover of animals, they worked as a veterinary assistant and kennel supervisor at Urban Animal, and they were pursuing veterinary medicine as their life's work. Summer also loved fantasy, sci-fi, music, hanging out with their family and many friends, curating clever tattoos, and planning their next trip with their best friend and roommate, Gianna. Summer was 24. Summer is survived by their mother, Dahlia Taylor, father Matthew Taylor, brother Luke Taylor, grandmother Ruth Taylor and Diane Williams, grandfather Randall Williams, uncles Mark Taylor and Peter Williams, aunts Joan Williams and Alex Taylor, cousins Lane Taylor and Troy Williams, cats Tango and Zucchini, dog Ginger, and guinea pigs Carrots and Bubbles. They were preceded in death by their dear grandfather Terry Taylor. Rest in power, Summer Taylor. Summer's family is here with us today, and Summer's mother, Dahlia, is gonna open us up with some words.
Despite the difficulty of this day, our family wanted to join you all at the assembly, at this beautiful assembly of love. Luke, Summer's brother, is here with his partner Andalina. Put your hands up, guys. And my parents, Summer's grandparents, Diane and Randall, put their hands up there. We are so touched, and thank you all for remembering Summer today, creating this vigil, and gathering together to honor them. The Taylors and Williamses continue to be proud of the courage not only shown by Summer, but by all of you, the activists on the ground and in the media, the brave bodies and souls fighting every day for equity and justice in Seattle, America, and around the world. You are our heroes, and you are my heroes.
I'm gonna read something that I said last year. I remember literally it was like 9 o'clock last year. I was just like, was so numb, but it came to me all just like a rushing feeling. And so I wrote, we shouldn't have to put our lives at risk to fight for basic human rights, but we are. We should be able to protest without death being an option. Black people are still being murdered. We are being targeted every day. This shouldn't happen. This cannot keep happening. A member of the queer family was fighting for Black lives, and their life was taken by something and someone so evil. It hurts so much to think that this is the kind of world we live in. Summer's death deeply hurts me, but encourages me to know that I have Summer Taylors in my life. I have that Summer who will fight always for what is right. I have that Summer who takes care of each other and challenges the system to change. I have Summer always with me. We are all Summer Taylor, and I will never forget that. It just inspired me to challenge myself to be better, to learn from this person, like this amazing person, especially like all the stories that I've heard. We are all Summer Taylor. You all have that Summer Taylor in your life, and we'll never let that go.
I said, my dear friend, the city is so quiet without you. You had a voice that was meant to be heard. And anyone who knew you never forgot that voice. And I'll pause for a second. Anybody who really knew Summer, their voice was like, their laugh was infectious, and I can't forget it. Cannot forget that laugh. It was so goofy. I love them. Here are some things I wish you could have seen in the last year. Anything Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion has dropped, mainly WAP. And me and Summer would have fucking crushed it at WAP. I used to dance with them and Cardi B in the kitchen a lot. So when I heard that, I was like, fuck. The new flavors of White Claw. Literally drinking their favorite White Claw right now. I never drink mango just for them. And the new case has mango in it too. An era of vaccinations that would hopefully brought us together to the end of a pandemic. When last time I went into their apartment, we all had to take off our clothes and shower before we can get in, so I would have loved to not have that. The conviction of Derek Chauvin. Fuck him. Lost my spot. Us and our friends at the beach recently. Your kitten growing up. That's actually what made me cry the hardest yesterday. They adopted a kitten 2 months before. Zucchini. Your picture and name carried on the front lines of the protests all over the country. Literally, people who weren't even from Seattle, New York. There's that picture from Virginia. Their picture, their name, that fucking shakes me in my core still. And the memorial we had at our high school stopping grounds, the smoker section of our high school. How we came together to celebrate you and share our love for you. How I painted a sign with haste with that red summer all year that everyone wrote a message on for you. And how a rainbow came out in the sky as we danced Lizzo for you. We all shotgun a mango white claw, dance, and the rainbow came out. I know for a fucking fact that was summer. I could write all day about how much I wish you were there, but I know you were. I love you. I know you love me. We said it all the time. Summer forever.
My name is Omari Salisbury with the Verge Media here in Seattle, and I was also there on the freeway that night. Everybody just got done doing the cha-cha slide. It was actually my night off. After a month or so in the chop, and I was walking home and saw everybody there. I won't dwell on that moment, but I will say that, you know, if we look back here in 12 months, Seattle and the Seattle protest is maybe the only place in America that can say that you've seen a straight line from people being in the streets to actual change. And, you know, that's part and parcel to these young people who came out and made their voices heard, and in some cases lost their lives there. They came out, they heard the call, and a lot of these people, I know in talking to TK, TK's like, you asked me a year ago, was I gonna be leading something around here? No way. Like, so, I mean, that means that people just followed their instinct. People were so impacted by this crime against humanity, against George Floyd, that was the final catalyst to get into the streets. But the best thing is that a lot of the protesters, the evening marchers, the morning marchers, well beyond when all the cameras had left and everything else, every day, you know? And that commitment, we saw it ripple through. It went from the streets to City Hall to county and down to Olympia, where Governor Inslee signed, I think it was 12 or 13 bills around police and police accountability. And now, 1 year later, the state of Washington leads the entire country. There's no state that has as many police accountability laws and some of everything else as the city or as the state of Washington. And additionally, there's so many groups and organizations that sprouted up. Some that provide mutual aid, some that are taking care of the homeless, some that are still in the streets, you know what I'm saying, making themselves heard every single day. But across the spectrum, it hasn't stopped. People are just working smarter, you know, which is amazing. So I just want to point that out, because sometimes when people think about the Seattle protests and everything else, sometimes it gets fuzzy and it gets hazy. We got to remember that these young people here, these young people really did change things and continue to change things because they came out and shit, they just didn't know how to go home. They stayed in the streets the summer season all year.
We all got knocked on our asses from this last year. Like, this knocked us all on our ass, bro. And some of us are just now trying to get up. And dealing with my own things and going back and healing my own stuff and my own past and all that, I've learned one thing. And I think it's about time we all might want to learn it too. Life is always going to knock us down. You know? But it's the fact of understanding that when life knocks you down, when you get back up, Are you gonna get back up and just stay there for it to knock you down again? You're gonna get back up and go further than where it knocked you down in the first place. So that when you get to that next knockdown, you understand that you can get back up and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because what else can we do, guys? What else are we gonna do? It's high time we start dealing with stuff and just, you know, it hurts to heal, but it's worth it. I promise, it's worth it. It hurts, but it's worth it. And I think it's time we, you know, however you do it, whichever way you do it, don't matter. However you see fit, just start healing, you know? Because that's the only way we're gonna keep progressing and keep getting stuff done here. We can be hurt and not do nothing, but we can heal and do a whole hell of a lot more here. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk, we're not done. We're not done yet, you guys. And so, let's heal and let's keep going. Because at the end of the day, if Summer was here, that's what they would want. Us to heal and keep going. Why not? You just heard this man. We lead the whole country in change. From the beginning, we've been the cornerstone of change here. Let's not give up now. Let's heal and keep going. That's it. That's all I got.
My older daughter, Marilyn, had gone to the hospital with Summer, and I had met some of you before that night, but most of you who I'm seeing right now, I met that night, and we stayed all night long until the morning, until Summer's family showed up, and waited for news, and literally held vigil all night long and into the morning. And I just wanted to say how glad I am that so many of you who were there that night are here right now, because I know that it's been really, really hard, and so many obstacles have come up, and there's been outer and inner conflict that inevitably happens in this kind of situation. And those of you who are still here, everything TK, everything that you just said, it's time, like, we heal and then we move forward even more. And I just am so proud of all of you. And I guess that's just what I wanted to say, that Summer has spurred my family forward in justice in a way that I'm not sure we ever could have realized. And I just hope that that can continue for the whole community.
And then Gianna goes, hey, John Paul's here. And we hear, who?
Summer was not always very happy when a went away.
I'm surprised Johnny even tried.
Yeah, but Gianna goes, yeah, John Paul's here. And we hear a loud bang. And I still don't know what the bang was to this day. But Summer comes running out. It's like, John Paul! I haven't seen her in years. It was lovely. And then I didn't see them again until the first big protest on, May 30th. And I got maced by a cop, like, directly, and I couldn't see anything, and somebody, like, pulls me aside and starts, like, spraying my eyes out. And they're talking to me, they're like, you're gonna be fine, and I can't see anything. I'm like, Summer? And they're like, John Paul? I'm like, oh, man! The exuberance and excitement and, like, the unwilling care, I will always remember. And those were two moments that really, like, stuck out to me in the past few months. So that's what I wanted to say.
So, a year ago today, I had the honor of being able to interact and introduce myself as Nanaldine Thomas, they, them pronouns to Summer Taylor. And in that interaction, Summer celebrated and saw me in a way that I had not even been able to see myself. A year later, I'm able to introduce myself as Nano Samwin Dean, pronouns she, her, they, them,
Yes,
a bigender woman. was lucky enough to have spent this time with Summer that evening in awe, and Summer was like a lighthouse showing me the way home and saw me, and there's nothing that can make up, there's nothing that can be done that's enough, but like for me, a way that I can say thank you and show love to Summer every day is to love myself and see myself. And I'm 31 years old, and I thought that I was at a place of where I was, and that was it. And I got far enough out of the country, and this is my Summer saw and loved and just showed me how wonderful it is to truly be yourself and to love yourself. And my life is forever changed because Summer was in my life, and is not forever changed because of the tragic parts of that night. Summer changed my life in the positive, loving ways. Summer, thank you so much for helping me find me, because I was lost, and you helped me find me, and I will every day of my life be grateful and thank you by just loving myself and loving everybody for who they are. Thank you, Summer.
And Summer was my vet tech. I don't know if there's anyone from Summer's work here, but I just always thought it was really cool that there was someone like my age that like cared about animals like that. Like everyone's like, oh, I love a cat meme, but it's like, do you really love cats though? and like Summer was like that person who I connected with on that, and I used to wear this hat when I went in, and like, I don't know, I just, being non-binary feels different. I don't have to tell some of you, but like, Summer used to comment on my hat and just be like same, and like, where'd you get that? And we just like had a little moment about it, and I just wanted to say that every time I hear someone properly gender Summer Taylor, it really feels like I'm being properly gendered, and every time I hear a family member use the correct pronouns for someone, and I know that's not easy for a lot of people, and every time I hear that, it makes me feel like life's worth living. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Summer season! Oh yeah! Summer season! Oh yeah! Summer season! Oh yeah! Summer season! Oh yeah! Summer season! Oh yeah!
For lifers.
Forever.
Lifers.
Forever. I feel forever indebted to Summer. But what I've learned from Summer's family, their friends, their community, has impacted my life tremendously. For somebody who was so loving, to have been able to come out and show their love to this community is a blessing. And people don't stop to pay their respect to the love that was shown, because that's something this community lacks. And thanks to Summer, this community's here. Like, there's, in my community, when we lose somebody, we try to celebrate their memory and the love, you know, like, not the, we recognize the loss, of course, but we try to celebrate their life, you know, and my life was changed dramatically, and this community is indebted to Summer. Like, their loss is not going to be in vain at all.
Facts.
At all.
Facts.
Like, this community is indebted to Summer, and we all owe that level of dedication that they had a year ago on that freeway to them every day. Everybody. And I'm not telling people what to do. Please don't take it that way, but I'm just asking everybody in this community who really was there or cares or knows to dig deeper within themselves and
keep the fight going. Please. Like, that's what summer's inspiration has really done for me more than a lot of things. And I'm blessed to have their memory and to be able to help their memory live on.
I cannot thank you all enough for coming to this and giving so much love to Summer. I know that Summer is with us today. I know that Summer is with us every single day that we are out here.
Here in my stupid the way I passed out. So they call, yeah, they call so my mom parked the flight.
Sitting there, like, chilling, like, find it. And then they're like, to get someone over here, so they